We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:20 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our Apple bot. Our Apple bot at 9:30 a.m. sent out a bear indicator. And from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside. Pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area down to red bars, back up to the rip area, and today's aftermarket hours hitting the dip area. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, under a bear indicator on the 30-minute at the 507.58 area. To be exact, canceling out the bull indicator that popped up in the pre-market that jumped up from 507 to highs up here of 508. Trying to cancel out that bear indicator from Friday, and things quickly rejected, not that far off the resistance up here of 508 to 509 area, right? The resistance from Friday, resistance today, and things pushed down and broke through the support of 507 that we were watching and came all the way down here near the 505.50 till 505 area, right? And now it's under a bear indicator, and it wasn't the only stock falling. You have Tesla here pushing up, doing the difference, right? Going ahead and having a full transition from the dip area to the rip area with a bull indicator popping up since 192. But when we pull up Apple, you could see it falling with the SPY, QQQ having volatility and pulling downwards as well, and even Netflix here having a push up with Tesla. So SPY wasn't the only one falling, but Tesla and Netflix were pushing up here as we see it so far in the volatility. And lots of people are going to be watching if this can continue to staircase effect here into tomorrow on Netflix and also here on Tesla with the strength that they both had And if you pull up Palo Alto and many others, they were pushing up with strength today within the volatility. Now, when we pull up the SPY again, under a bear indicator, full transition here on 42 vision, but on the 1 hour, it still has not hit wide width borders to complete a full transition from the rip area to the dip area if this weakness were to continue. But a bear indicator popped up at 507.30. I will be watching that closely going into tomorrow if these transitions continue and if outflows continue to push down lower within the volatility as well. So I will be watching here as a bear indicator popped up and confirmed on the 1 hour, and the last piece missing if a transition were to happen and complete of wide width red borders here on the 1 hour. So we see it on the 30-minute, we zoom into the 15-minute, same thing, full transition from the rip area to multiple dip areas, and in the after hours it is fighting to hold support here and come back up, but it is still under a bear indicator that's dominated all day since up here at the 508 area. So I will be watching if this bear indicator continues to hold true, or if in the volatility it tries to retest key resistance levels, push back up, cancel out this bear indicator with a bull indicator, pick those inflows up, and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour as well. That's something I will be watching closely. Now I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, with outflows dominating here within the volatility since the open. On the 30-minute, it was green, getting close to the midpoint, and if it went to cross, we would have seen more strength here, but the reason why the chart lost momentum is because those inflows never crossed over, outflows started to dominate, and you could see that weakness here within these charts. I'll be watching going into tomorrow if these inflows could start to pick up and try to head towards the midpoint to justify any move to the upside here on the 30-minute chart. Now, when we zoom out and look at it from the 1 hour, we could see the same thing going on here, right? Outflows dominating all day and never turned green, really close to the midpoint, but those outflows continue to dominate and pull down even further here into the close, and you could see that sharp drop from 507 down to the 505 area. It's leveled off, and it's at outflows here so far of negative 1.51. So I will be watching if these inflows could pick up, and if these outflows continue and the transition continues, it will continue to reflect that weakness into these charts and retest key support levels that should not be ignored. We're going to break those down in just a moment. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see here how the inflows have tried to come back up, and they're trying to pick up here in the after hours, and I will be watching to justify any move to the upside if these inflows pick up, cross the midpoint, followed by a possible bull indicator, and roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour as well. So what are the key levels I would watch? Well, if these outflows continue to dominate and they continue to pull away from the midpoint, switching from green to red, rolling over that weakness from the 15-minute to continue into the 30-minute as well. The first support I'll be watching is 505. Then below that is 503. And then I'll be watching the 500 level. So those are the key levels to the downside. To the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to pick up, cross the midpoint, reflect that strength into these charts, roll it over into the 30-minute, get those bull indicators as well, start those transitions up. And the first resistance is 507. If this midpoint crosses and it continues green, pulling upwards, then I'll be watching 508.50. And then above that comes the 510 area. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial. And the inflow versus outflows, I will be watching them very closely as they've leveled off and they're trying to pick up here in the volatility of the 15-minute. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.